My goodness.
Morning to you.
Good morning, Kaede. Good morning. Good to be back again. You know.
Well, that's to you. It's good you're back. You feel so?
Don't worry, Tolu will come back. She's flown away. She has a couple of other things. She's really occupied right now, but she definitely come back soon. So, you know, we're going straight into it. We're looking to, you know, speak on, you know, how people can profit. You know, how to profit from the, you know, rising surge prices of real estate in Nigeria. Okay. You know, it's one of the things our audience has actually been requesting for. You know, so I mean, with the skyrocketing property prices, rents increasing, and you know, generally we're looking to the opportunity of investing, taking advantage rather. And we have with us Regis Lambert, who is an estate agent who's going to actually, you know, help us address this. We're also expecting Mr. Ajibade, a developer as well, who would have probably given us the other side, but unfortunately, you know, his bees, I think he's occupied in traffic or something. But anyway,
before you introduce him, please, I wish you told me he was an estate agent earlier. I would have shown him, taking my pound of flesh from him.
Don't worry, we'll get there. The combination will definitely get there.
All of you who estate agents have dealt with, this is your opportunity.
Yes.
Your pound of flesh is
yes, exactly. So we are going to attack him today.
Very much. He will send the message to the others.
He said he came with his bulletproof vest. How you doing?
I'm very well. Good morning. Good morning, Lagos.
Good morning. Good morning.
So good to be here.
Yeah, man. Tell me about it. You know, so Lagos is growing fast. You know, many people are moving in. You know, businesses are expanding, and real estate prices are going through the roof.
Yeah.
You know, what is really driving this surge? Really, what is really driving this surge?
I think the major issue in terms of the pricing, I think, is I would say diasporas.
Really?
Yes. The thing is this, you know, most people are looking onto, are looking for whom to blame. Talking about the agent, looking about developers, talking about landlords and all of those stuff. But the truth is, diasporas are actually the real
I think you should move closer to the
diasporas are really the real issues in the current hype of properties.
How?
So this is it. Because they are taking advantage of the dollar exchange rates. And most of them are just walking over there to pump in money into the real estate market here as an advantage for them. So because of that, we are living in Nigeria. They don't live here. So when they change their currency, pounds or dollar, whatever the case may be, you get. So that is a big money. And the best place to put it in is real estate. And when that is done, you living here thinking, oh, I want to buy property. You didn't realize that, oh, actually there are people that don't even mind how much this property is going for. They are willing to pay for it. And as long as they are willing to pay for it, what happens? Developers are willing to produce the property. Because they know surely if you don't buy it, as if you complain all you care as a Nigerian, somebody out there in diaspora is willing to pay for it. And because of that, that is the reason for this current
But is that not a safe place you're looking for yourself? Because what you said now is, because there are people that have the money to buy, developers decide to take advantage of that and increase the cost of their properties.
Well, I wouldn't say take advantage of that. I will also put in consideration the current price of materials as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we are all into business. Everybody's in business, and the essence of business is to make profit. Yeah. So by the time you buy a certain concrete, rod, chemical, as the case may be, you want to calculate all of those stuff into your profit, and that be the case. So as much as I think people want to blame, you know, developers and landlords and all of those stuff, they should
agents particularly.
Don't worry, they be patient. Why we'll still get there? Don't worry. Be patient. Trust me. We'll get there. Trust me.
No, since nobody is talking about these material sellers, nobody's talking about them. Nobody's talking about the guy supplying sand. Nobody's talking about the landowner who is looking for who to do a joint venture with, saying, okay, I have the land, you have the money, let's do joint venture. We're going to split into 50-50. The whole cost is on the developer. Mine is just to bring the land. And the developer is trying to, you know, cover the money by all means to build that thing and give you 50%. Let's say if he develops, let's say let's say 10 units of a 2-bedroom apartment. You own 5 units out of that 10, but the whole money came from me. All you did was provide the land. And do you understand? So this guy wants to also make profit out of that investment. And in the course of it, it is what it is at the moment.
So, in fact, with what you said, listing the developer, the supplier, I understand. So, let's go into, types of real estate investment opportunities. So, for anyone looking to invest in, Lagos is the focus. Lagos. What are the best opportunities available, really?
So I'm gonna come from the angle you also came through, which is investment angle.
We're still on that topic.
Yeah. If anyone intends to invest in real estate in Lagos specifically, I think the person should be thinking of off-plan properties.
Off-plan. Can you elaborate, please? Can you
So
shed
off-plan properties is, let's assume I have a land. Yeah. I have a plan. I have a 3D plan of drawing of a particular property, and I come to you, the investor. I say, look, I want to develop 10 units of 3-bedroom apartments here, and if you can give me your money to add to the development, I'm selling the property to you for so amount of money, for so amount of price, right? When that property, let's assume, for example, okay, I don't know if I should use my own case study, right?
Yeah,
so currently, right now, there's an off-plan property that I'm marketing currently in a VI, just by that Eco Hotel.
Don't give us the description.
Okay, sorry. Okay, just by the so now the off-plan price for that property is going for 450 million naira for a 2-bedroom apartment. It's a 10th floor property. It has a study, it has a BQ and all those stuff. Now, what happens is that same property, by the time it's completed, there is no way, and I mean there is no way that same property will go for 450 million naira.
So when you say 450 million, are you talking of the whole building or just the 2-bedroom flats?
No, just a unit of 2-bedroom flats out
Go
of
on,
it.
go on.
So,
We'll go deeper. Continue.
So what happens is this. So as an investor, instead of leaving your money in the bank, and you know that this project is going to take like 6 months or 1 year, you pull out your 450 million, put a down payment of that particular unit, right? Let's say 1 year later, that project is completed. You want to resell. So this is like a 1 year plan investment. I bet you that's 450 million. The possibility of you making double of it in 1 year is very high there.
So investing in an uncompleted
off-plan.
That is off-plan.
Yeah, because the developer needs your money to build that project. So he's going to say to you in a rate that I need to. He's struggling to build.
Yes.
So real estate is about taking advantage.
And risk.
Yeah, where the risk level of real estate is very minimal compared to other investments. I mean, you can't compare that with Forex, for example. So it's about, first of all, taking advantage of opportunities. There's something they call distress sale in real estate. So let's assume you want to travel and you have a property and you need the money, all of those. So you feel like, I want to sell this property, and you need to sell this property within 1 month gap. So what happens is, instead of saying this, the property, normal market value of that property might be, let's say, 500 million for, let's say, 5-bedroom duplex. Yeah. You say, okay, no, in Lekki you can still get that in Lekki. So instead of putting the price of that product for that 500 million, what happens is you can narrow it down to as low as 250 or 300 million. When somebody hears, I say distress sale, somebody is taking advantage of it. What happens? The person withdraws money, buy that property immediately, and put it out in market also immediately. Now at this point, he's putting it out for 500 million, which is the market value of that property. But because you are selling distress sale, he took advantage of it at that moment. So that's why I say real estate is about taking advantage of every opportunity.
So you literally highlighted to off-plan and distress sales.
Yes.
So do distress sales really happen?
Well, so as at 2 years ago, or as at years past, distress sale was a common thing.
Okay.
But as at 2025, no more distress sale, because
imagine?
the guy traveling abroad has property here and he goes to somebody and borrows money with it. Let's say get to Canada and call you, bro, please help me sell that property. So obviously he's no longer in a hurry. Unlike before, he needs that money to make his move. But now he's no longer in a hurry. So even if that property is going to take him 3 months to sell, I'm willing to wait. As I'm talking to you right now, I have a property that is in that case. Very, I can say it's the most affordable property within the Lekki, what do you call it, Lekki Kati Axis. It's a 2-bedroom apartment, for example. So the guy is already off. But I was telling somebody yesterday when we went for inspection on that property, I said the price, if this guy was to be in the country at this moment, this property won't go for this price. There was no way this 2-bedroom apartment will go for 85 million naira. It is impossible. But because he has left the place, and he's no longer, do you understand? So he doesn't know the current hyping in price. So he still remains at that price because he left it to his younger brother to sell. So people are rushing the place, but the difference so far is or the option people are proposing. Somebody's like, I want to deposit 50 million right now. Tell the guy, let him pay. The guy was like, I'm not. I want my money. I want it, full. And so, like once again, real estate is about taking advantage of opportunities.
Yeah. But Ogiva, when he was talking about distress, I laughed within me because how can somebody who is distressed be buying distress sales?
John, everybody's distressed at this point.
Right? You're looking for way of surviving. I'm not being told there's a house that normally.
I'm still even trying to get past the figures I just called it.
But if you also look at it, why you might consider it that like people are struggling. Let's be honest with ourselves. This is Lagos. There are people that have that money in excess.
Like Ogiva and Co.
Yeah, exactly.
I never did.
There are people that just their money is in the bank. Okay, a lady said to me yesterday. She said, I've saved. He said, I want to buy this property. I'm talking about that for example. He said, I want to buy it because I've saved the money. It's just in the bank, but I don't want it to remain in the bank. I want to buy it. There's something I there was something I didn't point out.
We're not matchmaking here.
It's actually a single lady, by the way.
You see?
I was led by the spirit.
Silas has opened up.
There was something I didn't point out also when I was talking about the opportunities as well. And that is the surge in Airbnb.
So before you go there, right? Because I think this is actually sort of the answer to my next question.
Okay.
So I mean, we know that real estate is good as an investment, but there are definitely some properties there that are not good investment. So like you either hit or miss, right? So how do you pick the right one? How do you actually pick the right one?
Well, that's where the middleman comes in, the agent guy.
You.
Yes. So what happens is I call myself a real estate advisor.
Okay.
So let me bring the case scenario of yesterday into play. So the lady, we saw 2 properties yesterday, the 85 million 2-bed and another 3-bedroom entirely. And she said to me, she was like, Regis, what will you advise me? I said, you're the one buying the property. You say, no, I know I'm the one buying, but you are the one I'm talking to, and you're like my person now. I want your advice in this. So what happened is, because I've been in the system for a while now, I was able to, first, you asked me what the bad buys, for example.
Yeah.
One of the bad buys is if you buy a property in a flooded area. What happens if, let's assume you're buying for investment purpose, whether I like it or not, it's going to affect your investment.
Yes.
If you buy land, if you buy property that if your lawyer didn't do due diligence on the documentation, there is something about documentation that government can wake up one morning and tell. Of course, we saw what happened with the Coastal Road and demolitions and all of that stuff.
Yes, and that was really
government can wake up
watch.
one morning and tell you that this house is on canal. Is blocking the canal. Government can come and tell that this house was a blockade to a road. They can tell you. So your documentation is very, very, very important. I have to reiterate on this. Very important that your lawyer go through the nitty-gritties to check the document of a property.
Okay, so in other words, really, excuse me, I mean, the property, will always still give you your money, but you just need to do your research documentation
very important.
To generally just not fall into
Absolutely,
trouble.
you don't want to buy property today and tomorrow somebody is coming to tell you
it's my own, or buying a family house, a house with a lot of families, right?
So, for example, in this current New Lagos, the Ebejuleki Axis, somebody, I wouldn't advise anybody to buy land from individuals, let's say family or Omolile or anybody. Me personally, I will not advise you. If you want to buy land, go through a real estate, so that if anything goes wrong, you know you have people to, and you have somebody.
Hold on.
If
Yeah.
you go buy through family and family say and something goes wrong, let's say it's a family of 10 and somebody's like, now this person, like this one, before you know, your money is gone. You buy through money, the money sells your land to another person and say runs off. You have to go to court against
fight
like
it.
almost 5 or 6 different
Yes.
people.
But what about if you buy from all these chiefs?
Like a community chief.
Like
right?
like ballet.
Yes, yeah.
That's their land. Is it safe?
Well, I will still put it. I will say 50-50. I would my best advice. Why are you going through those corners? Just like cutting corners. Why don't you just go through people who took the risk? I mean, just like so you shielded me from bullets. You've taken the bullet from me. So I might just to take shade. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah.
So no matter what happens, you're the person that they are coming after.
Yeah. No, the reason I asked that is because you might have people that say, okay, I'm retiring and I want to set up a small property that I will use for real estate, maybe a small estate with 5 apartments. And is it okay to go to a ballet for such? Or
Every
go through a real estate?
every real estate company went through a ballet.
Mm.
Yeah. So, like I said, the difference is they will go through the ballet. After they acquire from ballet and all of those things, they will go ahead and do their documentations. So let's say the land
the process of
exactly. So the land, let's assume the land was gazetted before. They will move it from gazette to either governor consent. Because at the end of the day, the first thing is you're looking at governor consent. So once it's consented, you're very okay. And so most of the lands, especially in those areas, we are bought from the ballets, we are bought from communities, we are bought from families. But the companies now will go and do the necessary documentation, go and do the necessary bidding, all of those stuff. So you are now coming to buy from an already settled watered ground. So that's basically.
If I could chip in this, because I know you have questions for me. You haven't given me opportunity to attack.
That's where we're going to next. That's where we're going to now.
Is it? I'm just thinking of what he said because I have a question here which I'll tie into my next question.
Okay.
Is okay? The question is, what makes a property worth 450 million? It's outrageous how property is valued. We see price slapped up and no basis, and they say it will double in a year. Now, you talk about the risk these estate agents, these estate companies go through getting properties from ballets and other quarters. And is it possible that maybe they get 200 hectares from a ballet and in the process, validating the land and getting documents, they lose through litigations, maybe they lose like a certain amount, a quarter of it. Is it possible that is why the cost of real estate is high? Because they now need to, catch up, mark up all the lands that they've lost. Because I know they go through losses as well.
Yeah.
So if I don't know if I should. There's something I'm going to say.
Please feel free.
I'm
Please
going to
feel
call out.
May I not call the company?
You be the one in
it's not-
trouble.
it's-
Don't
it's-
call out
it's
somebody
not-
else.
It's not a person. Like I'm going to say, okay, to get any land documented in Lagos
Yes.
takes a lot of money and different offices, processes. Each of those offices must pass through. So when you factor into all of those expenses, 1, 2, secondly, most times let's assume you want to start a real estate company.
Yeah.
You don't have the money. You don't. In fact, as a matter of fact, you don't even I don't have to have the money to start a real estate company. You go to a family, say, you have land, have let's say 10 acres of land, 5 acres of land, 2 acres of land. I want to sell it for you. I want to market it for you guys, but I'm going to market it in my own terms. So how much do you want to sell? As a family. So if family say we want to sell this land for 2 million, it's okay, don't worry. I'm gonna sell it for you guys. Let's assume 2.2 million for you. But whatever I sell it is my money. Now I'm not putting any money. I'm only family is kind of trusting me with their property to sell. So at that point I will go and do the documentation. Or I might not even go to I don't have the money to do it. I will talk to somebody about it, like a few persons say I have a land for sale. They come and buy in. How much are they buying? They buy 3.5 million or they buy 4 million as the case may be. Now I have a profit of certain amount of money. With that profit I'll go to Lagos State and I want to document the entire properties. So what family is interested in is come and give us our own money. So they are not interested in whatever you do with the property. So you're buying from family for 2.2 million, you're selling for yourself 4 million. and your, let's say, documentation, each of those properties documentation is taking like 500 or 1 million out of it. So at that point, you already, I don't know if you understand. So you're already a made man. Yeah. So that's basically how it works.
Okay, so I mean, I like the way you've actually made it clear, really, to be honest. But you know, for the latter part of the show, I want to talk about, you know, the rising cost of rent, how everything you said affects the average man. Do you understand? We all know renting right now is crazy.
Yeah.
So everybody says from the developer side, right? They're probably like, I mean, the cost of materials have increased. You know, things are more expensive now and all that, right? But how does a 2-bedroom that was built by a developer that's the size of a matchbox be going out for 2.5 million? In fact, that's even, in fact, that's 2-bedroom, that's very cheap. Exactly, that's even very cheap. I still saw, bro, almost everywhere right now. You find a self-contained, right? I mean, I'll call that a studio apartment, which comes with the room, parlor, kitchen.
No parlor. Let's say room, kitchen, and toilet.
You see? Room, kitchen, and toilet. And they're telling you 2.8 million.
Exactly,
3 million.
In some areas, 3-4 million.
So how does this convert? Because, like, you gave an example now of an estate agent, right, that wants to sell property. Okay, he agrees on a price with the owners of the property, right? And obviously he's looking to make his profit. It's business, we know, right? But I've seen some cases where some estate advisors, right, the landlord approaches them with, okay, I want to rent my house at 1.5, and the estate advisor tells him, no, I can get it for you for 2.5, right? And our assumption, being the renters, is that most estate advisors do this so they can get higher commissions. And you find out in some cases you're paying for a year, but you're being forced to pay 2 years commissions to these advisors. Oh, wow. Do you understand? So can you just shed more light on how this works, and let's know, so we'll know if we'll start packing our bags and going back to our village, because it is getting ridiculous. Yes, I don't mind at this point.
The example you gave is very rare, actually. It's very, very rare.
Really?
I think you are speaking for yourself.
Yeah, okay, so in fact, I've never been in that position before.
You are speaking for yourself.
Personally, I've never been in such position. I mean, let's assume you want to rent a 2-bedroom apartment, and the rent of that property is going for 5 million, for example, for a 2-bedroom apartment. At the end of the day, so you have what we call a rent, 5 million, legal 10%, agency 10%, caution 10%, then service charge in most cases might go like a wire, right? But if you look at it, out of the rent, agency, legal, and caution and the service charge, what the agent guy is going with is just agency fee. And guess what? In most cases, it involves more than one agent.
Okay.
Do you understand? So I have a property, somebody called me, do you have a property? I have a client for it. At the end of the day, we have to split the money. So let's assume the 5 million property, the agency fee is 10%, which is 500,000. If it's involved 4 agents, the 4 agents have to split the 500,000. But guess what? Why is nobody talking about the landlord that is collecting legal fee, but yet you're not dealing with a lawyer?
So that's why we're here.
But we hear that some of these legal fees are also influenced by agents.
No. There's the word legal fee.
Sure nobody's shortchanging you.
No, but let's look at it. The word legal fee is a legal agreement between the landlord, and so there has to be a lawyer in between. But why is nobody talking about the fact that in 90% of the time, no lawyer is ever involved in those transactions, but yet the landlord goes on with the money? Why is nobody talking about the fact that people pay caution fee, which according to the agreement is refundable at the expiration of your rent,
never get
and nobody gets it, and nobody's talking about it? Why is nobody talking about the hype in a service charge? A proper 2-bedroom apartment, you're telling that your service charge is 2 million. And question, what are my service charges covering? You can't really tell about. So it seems there is this fight. Everybody's after the agent. So everybody thinks the agent is the problem, but I don't really
like
think.
You said, the agent is the one that will take the bullets. So
exactly,
but you know what, Ogiva? I still believe it's the agent's problem, because the agent found me the house. So where does the service of the agent end? Just getting me the house? Are you not supposed to take care of what I go through? At the end of the day, You brought me to this place to pay. So shouldn't you be responsible for getting me my caution fee back?
Well, there was no agreement to that. First of all, I mean, the agent guy is just like is a middleman. Take your money, take your do your connection of this person and this
Landlord and the
person.
renter.
Then you're off the. So like in most case, myself, I'm going to use myself for a case study. Right, I've always maintained good rapport with all the people. As a matter of fact, 60% of my dealings has been referrals.
Okay.
Because when it's very difficult for me to deal with somebody and leave the person there. As a case, there was this landlord last December. A lady paid for a studio apartment, 2 million naira, room, kitchen and toilet, 2 million naira, and the landlord said, a lady painted. The landlord watched the lady bought sick paint for 60,000 naira. To paint the place, pay the painter, pay the cleaner to clean up the place. All of those stuff. The day the lady was about to park in, landlord said, it's not this house you rented. Hold on, the landlord lives in the compound. Say it's not this house you rented. Actually, as a matter of fact, he took the lady to somewhere else. And the lady called me, you're my agent. What's going on? I called landlord, what's going on? Landlord, go heaven, go earth. Okay, refund us the money. The guy, do you know the guy? The guy took almost 200,000 out of that money before. Why refunding it?
Why?
That is the thing. So I got involved. As a matter of fact, actually, we had, me and the landlord personally had issues. We almost fought. But the lady in question would be like, okay, you know what? Let's just let it go. Look for another house for me. What I'm saying in essence is nobody is talking about landlords and their like additional approach to things. Landlord is somewhere, relaxing, cooling off, knowing that agent is hustling, looking for who will rent his house. He doesn't care. He's not even interested. All he wants is end go. Alpha, have you gone to the tenant? Have you gone to the tenant? Or pay. This is the account. Pay.
I think
and
there
you
should be some
agent,
housing policy that the housing policy should be enforced. Right?
There is no regulation. There is no regulation
What
or
rent control? We don't have time. I was going to ask about rent control, but
Yeah.
okay, but we need to go. Let me just 30 seconds or so.
Oh my goodness. We'll try and touch on this.
I feel like passion in more.
Yeah.
I would have loved to talk about the what do you call it, the Airbnb surge.
We'll do that next week. We'll do that. Let's do that next week.
Time, so.
No, we'll do that next week, and we'll see how it goes. Right. Thank you all for listening. So we don't have so much time, and we'll have a lot of questions. But definitely we'll be touching on this topic because I know we need to hit it a lot more. So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, catch up with us on Spotify, and also follow us on all social media channels. Nairametrics @Nairametrics. I will look forward to seeing you guys next week. Bye.